Hello and welcome everyone. This is Man bringing you the first 3.1.2 Fleet Ops audio commentary. Today we have probably a very unexciting matchup between a whole bunch of now new players to 312, but it is exciting in the sense that we do get to see the beauty that is 312. So our lovely subjects today are starting out in the right-hand team. This is Maul as the blue Klingons, and this looks like Martok. And up here we have his teammate as the Green Federation. This is Stardust. Now over here, comprising of the left team, starting off at the top, this is Sergio as probably a Martok Klingon, and down here, Boggz as the white Romulans, and they are Shrikes equal Muriel. Yes, so this is we're starting off a Nebula stream. This is a 4-player map. It's a 15k by 15k. And since everyone really is just trying to get their feet wet, trying to figure out what 312 is about, really don't know what to expect here. A lot of changes, a lot of balancing, and hopefully we will get to see some of the beautiful new special effects. I really don't want to oversell them, but when you see them, you'll just be it's a beauty. So we can see up here that Sergio is doing a pretty normal build so far, nothing out of the normal here. Running into dilithium really quickly, going for Star Yard first, construction facility. Oddly enough, straight into a field research, so probably cavorts. So this was a fun strategy in 311, where you could just cavort the crap out of your opponents and win. Cavorts got a little bit of a change. They do not, they are a little bit more expensive, and so they're a less mass ship strategy, less viable strategy. So down here we have some Shrikes coming out. Boggz just doing a fairly normal, what you would want to do here. And but he is moving into his natural expansion immediately, so we shall see how he utilizes his Shrikes. Now the Shrikes have a really cool ability that against some of your smaller opponents, you have the ability to knock out their weapons. So of enemy destroyers. So yeah, basically your early game ships. So over here we have, let's see if I can determine who this guy is. This would probably be, I think this is Risner, but I could be wrong. And we see that Stardust is moving into Starship Chassis level 1, so he is pumping out a couple of sabers in the last patch. They were fairly underpowered, but he does appear to want a trio of them out before he gets attacked. He too is also moving into his natural dilithium expansion, and he's putting up a platform. So platforms also got a bit of a change, and quite frankly, I could not recite to you the change list, but that'll be cool to see what he does. Actually, both Federation avatars do get the Mason torpedo turret. But there are some other changes too that we shall see if they play out. So down here, we see Maul doing pretty much also the standard. He is putting out these Boggz classes, which can be really interesting if you're going Klingon versus Klingon, which half of this battle is. These are very sturdy ships. They can do decent damage, and they can handle themselves as far as their durability. So if you run against Barrels, an excellent counter to the Barrels, but so some early staying power. Not a lot of, they're not too great for raiding, but they do they're a decent choice. So we'll see how this choice plays out for Maul. So you can see in the meantime that Sergio is doing some scouting over here in the corner. Just some very general scouting. Looks like he's hanging out here, making sure that his opponents don't go into an expansion that he doesn't really want them to go into. So this map does afford an early dilithium expansion, and that is really going to help as far as offensive ship productions, because a majority of your ship production is dilithium based as the main resource that you need in order to produce it. And so this map should give players a lot of ships to be engaging with early on. So here we see up here a little bit of scouting on the Federation, and so the Venture got a little bit of an interesting scouting behavior. You can basically toggle this progressive scan, and it will do a tachyon ping, and it will also increase your scan radius by huge amounts. So it has a whole bunch of interesting bonuses. So we shall see how it gets utilized. In the meantime, Sergio is making his way across with a squad of 4 Borels, looking to do a little bit of early raiding. This unspecialized turret on the Federation side is just sitting here. A lot of Federation players will do this is without having to spend the cash on a turret. You can lay down just a basic platform, and the platform just sits there, and it can deter without having to spend the money. It'll deter your enemies away because they see the platform, they know that you can immediately turn it into a real defensive platform, so that they won't attack. So this is exactly what's going on. So these 4 guys are looking to decloak, and they are going to run in here, going to try to get some. And you can see just how instantly the phaser platform was put into play. You can see it's doing a ton of damage. And here comes some sabers. Now hopefully we get some good special effects. You got a little bit of it going on right here. Just don't think that was a great example of just how beautiful the weapons effects are in the new patch, but we will get to see a little bit more. You could see some venting going on that was nice and very pretty. So maybe we'll come down here, and we have the cloak races standing around doing much of the same thing, just cloaking next to each other. So in the point in this game, next couple minutes we should see these strikes popping out. If they do decloak, we'll see that Maul is prepared for them. This is a nice little strategy. You can sit out here, you basically have your bait, and these guys look. Okay, so here we have the strikes. Now you can see the strikes weapons effects are much nicer and interesting. You can see the outgassing or whatever it is, and here comes Maul with his Quebecs, knowing exactly what's going on. Some rains going phase plates, looking to hang around, and Maul trying to put up a heavy weapons platform, getting a kill off of one of those strikes. Nice on Maul's part. These phase plated rains running away. Don't mess with a cloaking race. You may get burned. So that's exactly what you can see in the chat going on. Maul scolding Boggz for even trying it. So, but nonetheless, I mean, this is one tactic is do not let your opponent have an expansion, and in this process, Maul is going to get an expansion, and that'll put him a leg up. And additionally, he's going to have that heavy weapons platform for the Klingons. It is probably still a beast in this patch. Haven't seen it in action yet, but it is a substantial investment on the Klingons' part. Nonetheless, it has a tendency to be a very good investment. I've seen a lot of Klingon players make great use of it. So now we can see up here that Stardust is